Alberta, of course, is the other story that we're following today. It's leading the country in daily new COVID cases and active cases during the pandemic's fourth wave. And now Premier Jason Kenney is taking a new approach to get the unvaccinated to get their shots. He's paying them to do so.
So I'm going to be blunt. If you are unvaccinated, it is urgent that you protect yourself, our hospitals, and our entire community by getting the benefit of this miracle of modern medicine as soon as possible. For the love of God, please get vaccinated now. And if you do, we will now pay you $100. Today, we are announcing that Alberta will be the first province to offer a personal monetary incentive to step up and do the right thing.
Kenney has reintroduced a slew of public health measures to help fight the latest surge in that province. And the CBC's Sarah Galashan has been following the latest announcement, and she joins me now live. So, Sarah, what's the latest on this front with the news out of Alberta?
Right. So, well, Hillary, there's a bunch of things happening, and not the least of which is that $100, which will come in the form of a preloaded debit card and be available to anyone who's eligible to get vaccinated who decides to do so between today through to September 14th. It is a limited time offer here. Additionally, starting tomorrow, masks are going to once again become mandatory in all public spaces and in workplaces. They're going to continue to be mandatory on transit. Last call for alcohol is going to be dialed back to 10 p.m. The restaurants and bars can stay open. They just can't serve booze past 10. And employers are being asked to continue on with allowing people to work from home wherever it's possible. It's also now strongly recommended, if you are someone in Alberta who is unvaccinated, that you limit your indoor gatherings to just 10 people, no more than 2 families. And that applies to not an insignificant number of people in Alberta. There's 30% of that population not fully vaccinated with the full 2 doses. It is the most anywhere else in the country. And as such, Alberta has right now the most active cases by far anywhere else in the country. 38% of Canada's active cases actually are coming from Alberta. And Hillary, Alberta accounts for only 12% of the population in the country.
And Sarah, let's talk about hospital capacity, because we know that that's also becoming quite a problem in that province.
It is a big problem. We heard that there was an eight-day stretch-up period between August 24th through to September 1st, in which they have seen a very fast rise in the number of people who have COVID-19 who are going to the hospital. And by far, the majority of them are unvaccinated, particularly when it comes to the ICU. In the ICU, in that 8-day period of time, they saw a 91% increase in the number of patients that they were dealing with. And right now there's 114 as of September 1st in ICU. And the number, it was in the high 90% as to those who were actually unvaccinated taking up that space. And Public Health Officer Dr. Dina Hinshaw, she had this warning to all of Albertans about the hospital capacity that they're dealing with right now. Take a listen.
Unimmunized adults are taking a significant risk for themselves and also for their community by not accessing the protection that is available. What all of this means is that we are at risk of not having enough hospital capacity for COVID and other health issues of Albertans within the coming weeks if we do not take action together.
We heard that there are other things happening as well in terms of the surgeries that are elective or just scheduled surgeries, not emergency surgeries. Those people are being phoned right now throughout the province, and many of those surgeries are being postponed in order to try and preserve the hospital capacity that they currently have. There are and have been calls for vaccine passports and more sweeping restrictions throughout the province in order to try and bring these numbers down. We heard from the Premier today that the government in Alberta is not interested in implementing vaccine passports. They are, though, providing people in that province with a proof of vaccination should businesses want to implement or require immunization in order to enter. And Jason Kenney is saying that he wants to avoid sweeping restrictions at all costs. And, you know, if the cost of that is paying people $100 to get a shot, then so be it. He reasoned, Hillary, that is certainly less expensive than treating them in hospital if it comes to that.
Okay, thanks so much for this, Sarah.